My husband retired and the life I knew completely changed. My routines, my quiet, my space, it all changed. No one calls it this, but I call it co-retirement. Looking back over the 41 years we've been married, I realized that we've had different roles along the way. When we got married in the summer of 1984, my husband was a college student in his senior year of college. I was an insurance underwriter and the breadwinner. Nearly 8 years later, when we decided to have children, I quit my job and my husband became the sole breadwinner. Along the way, I've created businesses to supplement our income and have always been busy raising 2 sons and, just doing other things on the side. In addition, a few years ago during COVID, when I was bored and didn't have enough to do, I began gardening, and I'll have a garden that grows up to 35 different fruits and vegetables, and that keeps me quite busy. It was a few years ago that I closed down my last business that I had created in the entertainment industry, basically. And it was a good thing, because little did I know that COVID would have completely blown up my business anyhow, and could have been a real issue for us. I also at the time was selling on eBay, and about maybe 2 years ago now I gave that up. It was no longer fun, and it wasn't very profitable after all either. So I never really thought of myself as retired, even though I haven't really had a job lately. My husband would make jokes about, you really ought to see your friends more often and get together, do your girl trips or your outings or whatever. After all, you're retired. And I always thought that sounded odd, because I never thought of myself as retired, even though I don't really have a job anymore. Now that he's home every day, I do feel different. I feel retired. I think maybe those of us who stayed home to raise our kids or work from home didn't really have the life transition that a person who formally retires from a job does, and therefore it changes, it doesn't give you the opportunity to mark that season, the new season in life. So yes, I will call this our retirement together. Have you had a similar experience? I'd love to hear about it. Please tell me in the comments. Or are you looking forward to your retirement or your husband's retirement to, mark the fact that now the both of you are retired or co-retired? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.